Okie dokie, boys and girls. 22 fucking seconds. I counted that planche part as well, where I just, go all the way down and I can't hold the whole body anymore. I count it as well. I have always counted it. And if you count that, it's 22 seconds, which, that's a big fat fucking PR. I mean, this is the strongest I've ever been in planche, no doubt. There is just really zero question. And it's at 73 kilos body weight. Like, I'm so fucking happy. That's yeah. I was worried because I didn't do planche for 3 days to rest up, but then you also like kind of lose the feeling. But yeah, I just went home from work, got home, drank some water, set up the bars, and did the planche. I didn't even warm up, to be honest. Which, since I've been doing the planche with high frequency, I'm able to do that. I'm able to do the planche without any warm up, and it saves me so much energy on until I get to that first set, And so I was just able to dash out my power. I don't recommend not warming up. Like, it feels unsafe to recommend that, but lately it's just been working for me. I don't even feel pain. My biceps are tired, but like way more than that, I just feel fucking excited. Like, today was the fucking day. Holy shit. And I mean, I guess I'll talk about plans for the future of the bulk after the training, but first let's just enjoy this fucking training, Let's, when you get strong, it's time to fucking enjoy it as well. Like, in English, the Dragon Ball Master Roshi training way, you train hard, study well, and eat and sleep plenty, but lost in translation, in Japanese, they actually have a fifth one, which is right in the middle, which is play as well, play well. And it just means that you have to have fun doing everything you're doing, So yeah, it's time for that. I'm just gonna play around with some stuff. I might aim for a PR on push-ups to press or something, or I might do some supinated planche. I don't fucking know what I'm gonna do. But the training can't go wrong anymore. Holy fucking shit. Nope. All of my power is gone, boys. Supinated planche is difficult. Perhaps I should focus more on this to get the biceps extra strong, I mean, the fact that I'm fucking tired now plays it plays a role as well, but nonetheless, some supinated planche focusing on the weak spots in the future, it won't hurt me in any sense. And the advantage of playing around a little bit is that you try new stuff and you find out things like that. You get new ideas like that. So let's keep going for a couple more sets of supinated planche, but I'm fucking dead from that one set. I gave it my all, so it won't be too much more. Let's be careful with the bicep things and doing too much at once. Yep, this one I'm gonna let it rest up. I don't have too much power anymore anyway, so playing time is kind of over. I would have liked to done a few more sets trying the supinated planche, but let's just keep it smart. It's not because I completed the goal that now all of a sudden I can get injured. I don't want to do that, but I do have something else planned. Alright, so what I'm gonna do now is some normal ass fucking push-ups. I'm gonna use my fingers, but I'll explain that in a moment. But the reason I'm doing push-ups in the first place is because, well, my chest is a weak part, and I'm not only talking muscle size-wise, but also just strength-wise. For me, planche is okay, and dips go okay as well, because my shoulders can take over. But when it comes to push-ups, you have to use your chest and your triceps as well, and that's where it gets difficult for me. My push-ups are way weaker than my dips. Like, it's insane. So that's the reason I kind of want to patch it up, because I train to be strong. Whatever my muscle size is, I don't really care. I just bulk, right? I eat enough and I try to get as strong as possible in the areas that interest me. And then whatever happens, happens. The muscle that gets put on, gets put on. But, these push-ups, they've been bothering me for a while, the normal ass push-up. Like, even though I'm able to do a planche, I can only do like 50 straight push-ups. It's fucking insanely weak. So I would like to get some endurance gains, So now that I've done kind of the planche goal as well, of course, more of the focus is going to be on legs. I'll talk about it in a minute after the push-ups. But also, I want to add some basics for the pull-ups and for the push-ups and stuff like that, just to have some fun, So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do EMOM every minute on a minute, one set. I have 20 sets planned. I don't know how far I'll go because what I'm going to do is only 10 push-ups, which sounds easy, and it is, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my fingers and I'm going to go all the way, or try to go all the way down with my chest to the ground. So it's a huge stretch, which is where you have most tension on your chest. It's going to target my weak spot specifically, and also because the fingers are at play, you need finger grip strength as well to complete this, which I don't have. So there's two limiting factors, which, you can ask yourself, why would you impose those limiting factors on you? Well, first of all, by stretching the chest, I can focus on the weak part. So the muscle that's going to get tired the most in this push-up is going to be the chest, which I think is great. But also, by using my fingers, I'm kind of limiting the amount of strength that I can put out at once so that I prevent myself from destroying myself all the way on the first day. I first want to test the waters a little bit because, even though I'm going to do more push-ups, right, I'm going to do more basics. Like I said, the focus is going to be on legs. I want my legs to be able to recover instead of everything having to go to my chest, if that makes sense. So anyway, let's do some push-ups. Oh, fucking hell. This is so difficult. There's still 3 sets left, but it's more than the chest. I feel the chest. It's pumped, but the fingers are limiting me from doing more push-ups right now, which is exactly what I wanted, right? But this way, tomorrow, yes, my fingers will be tired, but I don't need them for anything else. They will recover quickly. They're small. But my chest, my chest will be, it will have received the stimulus, but not to the absolute limit, and therefore it will be able to recover quickly. So let's do the last 3 sets. All right, and that's it for today's training. Needless to say, I'm fucking satisfied, but also, this is gonna be the turning point of the bulk. I am entering in the last stage, the last boss area. And what I mean by that is, well, if you look at my weight progress over the period of the bulk, this is month 8 or almost 8 months complete. And basically, over the last couple months, I've gained 0 weight. My average is always like 73 kilos or 73.5 kilos or even lower. And it doesn't really go up from there. So I've always said I want to do this bulk slowly, but at some point you've got to realize, you're not making progress. I have to be harsh on myself. There's this saying like, oh, it's a sprint. It's not a sprint. It's a marathon, right? But you can't let that saying become an excuse, because yes, I want to take this bulk slowly, right? I want to gain the weight appropriately, but if you look at 4 months at least of no progress in weight gained, then you're not running a marathon. You're just standing still, And at some point, you just have to start doing more. You have to give more to make more progress. And when it comes to strength, of course, I've been making progress, right? It's now the front lever. I'm satisfied with my front lever goal. I'm satisfied with the Nordic curl goal. I'm satisfied with the planche goal. All that's left is the pistol squat and the the weight, basically, right? So now I just have to focus on those to make this bulk a true success. And when you're not making progress over a long period of time, what can sometimes help is to give yourself a deadline. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give myself, I think, 10 to 12 weeks to basically reach 75 kilos. I'm going to put every ounce of power I have of my soul, right, into my training and eating, and especially the legs. I'm gonna focus everything I can to make as much leg gains as possible in these last few months, especially the pistol squat, but also the Nordic curls. I think I can still make a lot of progress there. And that's basically gonna be it for this bulk. It's been 8 months. I think it's gonna be 3 months more, and then I want to hit my weight goal, and I want to just see how far I can take the pistol squat. 75 kilos. It might, like, a miracle might have to happen like to make it happen, right? To get to 75 kilos. But I just want to see how far I can get. If it's 70 kilos, perhaps, the bulk will just end with a pistol squat of 70 kilos. But, at this point, I really just have to try harder, you have to realize that you're never giving it your all. Even if you think you're giving it your all, there is some way that you can do more. And in my case, this mindset of I'm eating until I'm full, why am I not gaining weight? It's gotten me this far, but it's not going to get me further. So I have to stop, being a bitch to myself, right? And just eat more, like Rich Piana says, right? And that's going to be the plan for the bulk. So short summary, right? Eat a lot and focus on legs. That's the plan. That's the main goal. That's the key for me to be satisfied with the end result of this bulk. Aside from that, in the meantime, I'm gonna keep doing planche. I'm gonna keep doing front lever. I'm even gonna add some basics like the push-ups, like I said. But those days, those are there to basically allow me to recover from leg days. That's gonna be the theme going forward for the next couple months. But it's gonna be super fun. It's like this given time period right now. Like right now, there's a deadline. I wanna I've made so much progress in these 8 months. I feel like I can get every bit of lessons and progress that I need out of this book in the next 3 months if I just dedicate myself. It's a marathon. I get it. You don't have to rush yourself. You want to make it sustainable. But I know right now, for me in this bulk, I'm at the 30-kilometer point of the marathon. It's the make or break point. It's the point where you have to push through to get to the final finish line, right? It's to get the result that you want. At some point, you just have to say like, okay, this is it, and that's what's gonna happen. So, tomorrow there's gonna be a pull day. There might be some basics, but the day afterwards, it's gonna be heavy squatting, and then it's gonna be heavy Nordic curls, and then it's gonna be, just rinse and repeat, basically. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm very happy with the planche PR, and yeah, let's just see what the remainder of this bulk has to bring.